And welcome to Navigating the Agency with Jacht. I had the honor of serving as the Director of Account Strategy this semester at Jacht. So I got to really work with all of the teams and see all of the hard work that they put in. So I'm super excited for all of you guys to take a little peek at it. This semester we had 52 Yachters. We are a student-run ad agency. We are a for-profit agency. We raise money so we can pay for this space that you're standing in right now. This semester we had 12 external clients. And before we kind of dive into each individual project, we have a little video for all of you to watch just to get a little sneak peek. So without further ado, I'll give you that.
Whether you have most of college paid for or no savings at all, there are tons of scholarships that you can be matched with based on your personal experiences or career interests. We'll walk through this video and process together, so let's get started.
Engineers Without Borders is a club here at UNL. We're also building a community here at UNL. Able to listen to heart sounds, lung sounds, vowel sounds. He's able to have a word. We're able to practice like any IVs. We're able to talk to the person, to the sim man, and our instructors are able to talk to us that.
A fire extinguisher, water tank, or knapsack spray pump can make all the difference. It only takes one spark.
Here are a few warning signs to look out for. Holding a book close to the face, squinting, or blinking forcefully are common indicators of a vision problem.
Vulnerable with each other. It made it a little bit easier for me to think through some of the emotions associated with grief as well, which was really hard for me at first.
Boarding folk is the calm.
A safe place, community. Awesome.
A ray of sunshine and clouds.
Are the 3 ways to reduce your exposure to nanoplastics. Avoid microwaving plastic. Heat releases nanoplastics, and longer heating means more particles. Use glass or ceramic containers instead.
Awesome. Now that you guys have gotten a little sneak peek for the night, I'll pass it off to our first client team, UNL Global Experiences.
Hi everyone, my name is Roxana Rodriguez and I got to serve as the account executive for the team that collaborated with UNL Global Experiences. And up here I'm joined by the strategists, Alana Ross, Jalen Gross, and Anna Ewell, and we all collaborated with Global Experiences to create and implement a strategic marketing campaign designed to enhance engagement and increase interest in global audiences.
So when you talk with a student who's gone on a study abroad experience, some common words that you'll get is it was an opportunity for growth, for relationships, and for core memories. However, the Global Experience Office came to us wanting to understand a little bit more of student experiences and barriers, and they also wanted to create a unified brand identity. So you'll see here some common barriers that students reported in our survey. The highest one was cost at 43.2%. These are students who have not experienced a global experience and they're interested, but they do have these barriers here before they go on a study abroad experience.
However, through focus groups with previous participants, we found that they thought the cost was easier than anticipated to manage, meaning that their actual barriers might not equal their perceived barriers.
This meant that students wanted to hear more from previous participants. They wanted their Instagram to look like a friend's Instagram, something natural and welcoming. So this meant we had to change not only what we were saying, but how we were saying it.
Our strategy focuses on highlighting the experiences of previous participants to show current students that their perceived barriers might not be as big as they seem, and the additional benefits that they would receive from completing a global experience.
All of our social strategy will all be based in this research that we did this past semester. And I just want to give a big shout out to the Global Experiences Office. Thank you so much for working with us, and to our lovely team up here. Thank you so much. And up next is App Century.
Hi everyone, my name's Kelsey Johnson. I was the account executive for the App Century client team this semester. App Century is a scholarship platform that is organizing and promoting scholarships for our local community. Our biggest challenge was to take the preconceptions of websites like App Century, take all that data, and see how we can expand it to the greater Midwest region. One of the first deliverables that we did for App Century was an audience analysis. In this, we discovered that there were two key audiences, the first one being high school counselors and the second being foundation members. With counselors, they desire simple, trustworthy tools, and then they value time-saving opportunities because they all have very busy day-to-days. With foundation members, they want to invest in the community and they care a lot about measurable impact. Next, we conducted a survey to dive deeper into current perceptions. And as you can see here, one of our key findings was that over 80% of our participants said that they would recommend App Century to someone else.
We also conducted a focus group and a SWOT analysis along with other analyses, and these provided these findings that App Century has these advantages, that they host local scholarships on their platforms. That's super valuable to counselors and foundation members. They have a user-friendly interface, and they have time-saving strategies, which counselors and foundation members highly value. And some barriers to possible expansion can be limited brand recognition and the manual processes like inputting scholarships. So all these are going to have to be considered as we move forward to next semester.
Alright, so with this, we created a content strategy that focused on positioning App Century as an approachable and professional platform. By primarily focusing on Facebook and LinkedIn, we wanted to create a space for counselors and decision makers to connect with one another but be supported by downloadable content and paid ads. This will hopefully drive up demo signups as well as position App Century for a strong rollout in fall of 2025. And one of the key messaging points that I wanted to highlight for you guys today, as seen on the screen, is join a growing community of counselors, simplifying scholarship access with App Century.
I am so proud of all the hard work my team did this semester, and a special shout out to Michelle for all of her support. Next, we'll be talking about Nurture Nebraska. So I also had the honor of being the account executive for the Nurture Nebraska team. If you're not aware, Nurture Nebraska is a statewide campaign that focuses on increasing the social and emotional development of children ages 0 through 5. Our biggest task was creating a multifaceted UGC campaign as well as deliverables that were there to support it.
One of these deliverables was the DRIP email campaign that educated caregivers and educators and also provided tips and necessary advice while informing them about social and emotional learning and Nurture Nebraska itself.
Like Kelsey mentioned, another campaign that we helped launch was this user-generated campaign, and it is a drawing contest. So with this, children ages 0 through 5 are allowed to participate by submitting a drawing that shows what they think of, what they represent social and emotional development with. With that, we did lots of research to kind of find the best practices based on community-centered competitions, and we established judging criteria as well as a key messaging plan to help with promotion and a distribution strategy. With that distribution strategy, our graphic designer also created flyers to help spread that around, as well as social media graphics.
And on the social side, we developed a detailed content calendar to keep the visuals, messaging, and timing consistent across all social media platforms. Our main goal was to help Nurture Nebraska stay active, relevant, and supportive within the community.
And then finally, for the drawing contest, we created a dedicated page on their website to show participants how and where to submit their artwork, which will be published over the summer.
From emails to UGC to social to web, we were really able to dip our toes into a lot of different things this semester, and I could not be prouder of this team. Special shout out to Chang Min and our very own Gemlin for all her support. And now you'll be meeting an extension of Nurture Nebraska, Bixby B's Big Adventure book. Hi everyone, my name is Sammy and I was an illustrator on the team for Bixby B's Big Adventure, a digital book designed to test young children's ability to identify and understand emotions. We set out to improve the client's original illustrations and narrative. And now we'll buzz over to Ryan who will tell us about the storyline.
Yeah, so Bixby Bee's Big Adventure follows the story of a young bee named Bixby collecting honey while navigating social situations and challenges both inside and outside the hive. It's all intended to entertain and educate young readers. The original copy we received had opportunities for emotional content growth. We really wanted readers to understand why bees were eliciting certain emotions, and so the young readers could identify those within themselves as well. We did so through some narrative points like a storm, a game, and a bumbling honey badger antagonist named Bandit. My main focus was improving the narrative flow. The original narrative really just serves as a transition between some of these reader tests, but we felt that with a more engaging narrative and with a more fun story, that the readers themselves would have more fun reading and experiencing this book, and it would provide for better results while also not feeling like a test to them. And I'll pass it over to Maddie to talk about the illustrations.
I'm Maddie, and I was another one of the illustrators. So the client originally had AI-generated images in this book, and the characters are really inconsistent throughout, and some of the images even scared the kids. And so we used an app called Procreate to design these adorable bees that kids and adults would fall in love with. And our digital mediums were watercolor and ink. So the main purpose of these illustrations was to serve the assessment, which assesses whether kids can identify and understand emotions. So our challenge was getting these cartoon bees to show different emotions. So how can we differentiate an angry bee from a scared bee from a happy bee? And our solution to that was to use different things like their antennas, their eyes, their mouths, even their legs, things like that to show what emotion these bees were feeling. So I'll pass it over to McKenna next.
So one of the biggest challenges we faced was maintaining consistency across the board, especially with 3 different designers working on the same project. So to stay aligned, we created a custom brush pack and color scheme we all followed closely, and this ensured unified look while also maintaining a creative independence. Overall, we'd like to express how grateful we are to be given the opportunity to work on such an awesome project. Now I'll introduce Nebraska Foundation for Children's Vision.
Hello everyone, my name is Lindsay Jividen, and I was the account executive for the client team that worked with Nebraska Foundation for Children's Vision. And I am joined by a couple members of my group here, Jade Wasowitz, Leslie Kahn, and Macy Henderson. And we are going to kind of go over a brief review of what we've done this semester.
Nebraska Foundation for Children's Vision is a nonprofit working to ensure that every child entering school is able to learn by providing materials and resources for their vision. Our main objective for this was to provide resources and videos and infographics sharing exactly what Nebraska Children's Vision does. So I'm going to pass it off to Jade to share it now.
Sorry. Okay, so we designed 5 infographics on topics like dyslexia and vision, concussions, the warning signs of potential vision issues, eye exams, and vision and learning. And so we used Century Gothic Pro as our typeface because it is a dyslexia-friendly font. And we chose to do this for accessibility and inclusivity reasons. We feel that these values are essential to effective design, and so we wanted everyone, regardless of their reading ability, to be able to engage with the content. And then they also wanted these infographics to be turned into socials as well, mainly for their Facebook, which you can see over on the right. And then lastly, that eye character in the middle was something that kind of came about in our brainstorming stage and quickly turned into a very spirited mascot that tied all of our design work together. And it also has the potential to be turned into buttons or stickers, which become more interactive and memorable for children.
So one of our key deliverables for this client was our video. We wanted to be able to create an engaging and informative video that could show parents and to seek out all the information about eye care for their children. So to be able to do this, we included some of Jade's graphics and added motion onto them to be able to make it more engaging for the viewers. So now we will play a 10-second clip of that.
Vision problems can impact your child's ability to learn. Here are the reasons why it's important for your child to have an annual eye health and vision exam with an optometrist.
I'm so proud of my client team's work this semester, and I am so excited to see what they do in the future. Next up will be Union Adventist University.
Hello everyone, my name is Jack Ween, and I had the honor of being the account executive for Union Adventist University, or UAU, here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And Union offers a wide variety of programs for students who are part of the Seventh-day Adventist community. And our goal was to help inform prospective nursing students about the benefits of going to Union's or UAU's nursing program. This is the amazing team that I got to work with this semester, and now I'll hand it over to Jay to talk about our deliverables.
Okay, so we designed a post and a story promoting that day in the life video of Mia that our wonderful videographers created. So you can see that over on the left, and that image is taken straight from that footage. And then on the right, I designed a student spotlight post as well for the nursing program to be able to switch out and highlight all of their amazing students. So it includes a photo, their name, year, hometown, and then a brief description of talking about what their favorite part about being a nursing student is and any other information that they would like to provide. And then in the middle, I also made some testimonial posts from quotes straight from Mia from the video of her talking about their simulation center, which UAU is very proud of and has really benefited her college career, and then her life coach as well, who's been very beneficial for her.
Hi, my name is Dandini, and I got to serve as the project manager this semester for Yacht. So I was able to work with a good amount of these amazing client teams, both one of them being UAU's and their Day in the Life video, where our team got to meet Mia, who's currently a sophomore nursing student, and she's already doing the nursing thing. And we just wanted to get prospective students excited because she's excited about it, so prospective students will get excited too. So here's a clip.
SimLab was one of the things that drew me here to Union Adventist University.
We're able to use a simulation center, able to listen to heart sounds, lung sounds, bowel sounds. He's able to have a wound. We're able to practice like any IVs. We're able to talk to the sim man, and our instructors are able to talk to his bat. And they're able to change like the settings that he has to make it seem like he has an actual disease or he's an actual condition. And we're able to aid those towards that certain condition and learn how to do it from that process.
I just want to end by saying I'm so proud of our team for all the hard work they've put into this, and thanks to UAU for just trusting us with this project, as they've been wanting to do this for a really long time, and them trusting us to be able to deliver was really amazing. So yeah. And now I'll hand it over to Jack for Nebraska Forest Service.
I also had the privilege of serving as account executive for the Nebraska Forest Service, and they play a vital role in helping to protect Nebraska's landscapes, communities, and natural resources from the growing threat of wildfires. Our role is to help inform humans and Nebraskans about their role in wildfires, as well as reintroducing Smokey Bear to encourage those behavior changes relating to wildfires. This is my amazing team that I got to work with this semester, and now I'll hand it over to Sophia, our brand strategist.
Hi, everyone. Wow, voice. In those first initial meetings, our client came to us with two big problems. One being that rural populations in Nebraska don't fully recognize how their everyday practices can contribute to wildfire outbreaks. And then the second one being that younger kids, especially within that 4 to 10 age range, don't really fully recognize the importance of basic wildfire prevention. So through a ton of research through different databases, we kind of outlined the best way to really convey our message. It only takes one spark. So for that younger audience, again, like Jack said, we reintroduced Smokey Bear, seeing how much that campaign had success in the 60s, 70s, and even the 80s. And then for a more mature audience, we focused more on more practical and preventative steps, blended with real-world stories and testimonials.
Hi, I'm Ian. I am the videographer. And so basically with that research, we created a social content plan, which includes a mood board, several storyboards for kid and adult audiences, and as well as a video sample for the adult audience. And that is what we'll see right now.
It's common to farm in dry conditions in rural Nebraska, but unmaintained farm machinery can cause wildfires. If machinery is left unchecked, overheating engines, hot bearings, and sparks from the exhaust can ignite grass in dry conditions. Make sure farm equipment is regularly checked to prevent overheating, and spark arresters are fitted on exhaust systems. In the case a fire starts, always have fire suppression equipment accessible. A fire extinguisher, water tank, or knapsack spray pump can make all the difference. When possible, avoid operating farm machinery in tall grass during hot, dry, and windy weather. Remember, it only takes one spark.
So our campaign aims to make wildfire prevention personal but also actionable, and creating this content plan helps press that key message, and that is, it only takes one spark.
I'd like to thank the Nebraska Forest Service with trusting us with this project. And now I'd like to introduce Morning Hope to the stage.
Hello, my name is Lauren Wright, and I had the privilege of serving as the account executive for the Morning Hope client team this semester. Morning Hope Grief Center is a Lincoln nonprofit with a facility that helps children, teens, and adults process grief. This semester, we partnered with Morning Hope to produce a PSA for radio use, update their photography, and create a brand guide and key messaging guide for internal use. I'll pass it on to our copywriter, Macy, to talk more about the brand guide.
So with this brand guide, this is an internal tool for Morning Hope for more content creation within their organization. And then the key messaging guide is mostly for donors, volunteers, and new employees to teach them about the tone of Morning Hope, tell them about who they'll be helping there as well. And it mostly goes over the methods they use to help children and families deal with grief, and some of the terminology they use, as grief can be a sensitive topic. So I will let our videographer, Leslie Kahn, tell you more about the video we created.
So for this client, we had two main key deliverables, which was our testimonial video and our PSA. For our PSA, we wanted to create a 30-second radio PSA that would be able to just start new conversation and target new clients that grief is real and no one has to go through that alone. And for our testimonial video, we wanted to be able to highlight the emotional impact that this program has had with everyone that has gone through it, as well as being able to also show that message that grief is real and no one has to go through it alone. So with that, we will show a 30-second montage of that video.
Listening is comforting other people.
You realize you're not alone. My peers were going through anything like this. As soon as I turned 18, I was like, this is my year to go back.
To support other people, especially my children, in the process of loss and grief.
Activities that helped me heal were the activities involving art.
Activities to embrace what has happened and all the...
You're together, but you're all there sharing your stories and being vulnerable with each other.
Hope is the calm.
A safe place.
Community.
Awesome.
A ray of sunshine through the clouds.
And now I'll pass it on to Kristen to talk about photos.
Photography for Morning Hope included pictures of rooms that had recently finished construction, as well as showcasing older kids to bring more awareness to their teen programming. Through the photos, we wanted to show all of the different Morning Hope branding elements. There's lots of sun images throughout the building, as well as hope on the pillows and walls that can be seen as well. These photos can be used for brochures, posters, the website, and anywhere else the client sees fit. Now I'll pass it back to Lauren.
This was such a special project for our team to work on. A huge thank you to the team at Morning Hope for all of their support throughout this collaboration, and a big thank you to my team here for all of their hard work. Up next, we'll hear from Nanoplastics.
I also had the great honor of being the account executive for Nebraska Nanoplastics, or the UNL Micro and Nanoplastics Grand Challenge. And this is the amazing team that I got to work with this semester. And now I'll hand it over to Jalen, our multimedia strategist.
Micro and nanoplastics are an emerging concern, and parents and healthcare providers might be unaware of their full health risk or where these particles come from. Nebraska Nanoplastics is conducting ongoing research about nanoplastics, but needs increased awareness about these particles and why they're relevant to people's everyday life. To bridge this awareness gap, we developed an animated video that shows people where nanoplastics come from and how to reduce their presence. Maddie will have a little bit more information about that.
I was the motion designer, and the challenge with this video was explaining complex statistics and research in a simple, digestible way. So we focused on changing the way that people use plastic rather than complete avoidance of plastic at all. And the video just keeps a positive, upbeat tone to encourage the audience rather than scare them. So here's a 30-second clip.
Here are the 3 ways to reduce your exposure to nanoplastics. Avoid microwaving plastic. Heat releases nanoplastics, and longer heating means more particles. Use glass or ceramic containers instead. Don't chop forcefully on plastic cutting boards. It can create plastic particles. Chop gently or switch to wood, glass, or bamboo boards. Avoid leaving bottled water in high heat, like a hot car. Heat can increase the release of micro and nanoplastics from bottles.
Now I'll pass it off to Allie, our web designer.
Yeah, so for the website, we really just refreshed it, adding the rest of their team on their webpage and updating different news, events, and media. And then we also added the updated video on the homepage. So now we'll look at our next client, Essence Med Spa.
Hello, my name is Lauren Wright, and this semester I had the privilege of serving as the account executive for the Essence Med Spa client team. Essence Med Spa is a growing aesthetic and wellness practice located in the heart of central Nebraska. Known for its personalized services and modern approach to skincare and self-care, Essence offers a wide range of treatments tailored to help clients look and feel their best. In our partnership with Essence this semester, we were tasked with revamping their website to create a more modern, minimalist feel. I'll pass it on to our social media strategist, Me, to talk more about our website development and design process.
All right, so initially starting off as a small team of just us 3, we were challenged with a task to revamp Essence website. This meant trying to find a way to blend the 2 aesthetics of a med spa, the cleanliness and the medical side of a med spa with the warm and inviting energy associated with an actual spa. So with this, we took the initiative to provide our client with several examples of local med spas in the Nebraska region as well as in the Midwest to gauge what our client had liked. This led us to divide tasks and add 2 more members to our team to at least complete our task at hand and complete a new design layout. And yeah, I'll be passing the mic off to Megan, our graphic designer, to talk more in depth about that process.
Hello everyone. So we conducted a full website audit on their original website, and we reorganized and added content. We rebuilt the layout of their site and implemented a more modern visual design. So this project challenged us to be proactive, resourceful, and collaborative to make this website for our client and meet client expectations. We pulled inspiration from other recommended sites from our client and other top leading med spa websites. So the result is a streamlined, user-friendly website with a clean, gender-neutral aesthetic that reflects the brand identity of Essence and elevates the client experience.
Thank you to Andrea Curtis at Essence Med Spa for all of her support throughout this process and collaboration with us, and a big thank you to my creative team back here for all of their hard work. Up next, we'll hear from Engineers Without Borders.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Andrew Smith. I'm the account executive for the last of our 2 external client teams that we'll be hearing from tonight. Engineers Without Borders USA is an organization that gives students real-world experience with impactful projects and professional mentors. Recently, the University of Nebraska chapter has helped communities in Madagascar by installing solar panels and even built a bridge across a dangerous river in Zambia. Our main objective was to increase engagement with existing and potential donors to increase support for this amazing program. Natalie?
For the strategy side of things, we started by analyzing our audience and creating target personas to help the client's entire communication strategy. We then created a key messaging plan to give the clients clear and consistent messages and messaging ideas that they can use in the future. And then lastly, we created a social media content strategy that they could use to give the client what to post, when and where to post it, and messages to accompany it.
To really showcase this impact the Engineers Without Borders had on students as well as alumni in their careers and their personal lives, we made a testimonial video that showed all of their stories as well as cutting that into an engaging series of 5 social media videos that we can see here.
We will be making a real impact into these people's lives and hopefully creating a place where they can study and succeed in their careers. Engineers Without Borders has given me the opportunity to be a Madagascar team lead, which has definitely impacted me as a student.
I learned about, doing initial assessments and going through alternatives, actually putting together proposed design and then seeing how that works in the field and then making modifications.
To see these as well as the full testimonial video, you can go to the newly launched Engineers Without Borders Nebraska LinkedIn page, as well as checking out some of the graphics that our team made, led by our designer, McKenna.
For the design portion, we created a brochure and postcard the client could send out to potential and existing donors to broaden the reach of their fundraising efforts. For this, we used UNL branding along with photos of students involved in EWB to create new and unique visuals specific to the University of Nebraska chapter.
First of all, thank you to my incredibly talented team, but also thank you to Engineers Without Borders for giving us this opportunity. We're hopeful that our work can make an impact for them so that their work can continue to impact the world. And now we'll take a look at our work with the College of Journalism and Mass Communications. Our next client needs no introduction. They are the whole reason why we're here. The CoJMC asked us to create materials to promote UNL's general scholarship application that matches students with donors to provide financial aid, but also gives CoJMC students the opportunity to earn exclusive scholarships. It's a great opportunity, short and simple, so it was our job to figure out why they weren't applying and convince them to fill it out. Now, to figure out the why, we surveyed 295 CoJMC students, asking them a series of questions measuring their courage to apply against their cognition of applications. If you'll look at this graph here, you'll see that not only did non-applicants score worse across the board in every metric than previous applicants, you'll see that the most common type of issue were lapses in cognition. More specifically, the biggest gaps between the groups were in knowing where to apply for scholarships, navigating student portals, and in their confidence filling out applications. Ian?
Thank you, Andrew. So with that research, we created a 3-minute walkthrough video about how to apply for these CoJMC scholarships. And these will be for these introductory courses for freshmen or students who are new to the college. And so with that being said, let's take a look.
Did you know that the College of Journalism and Mass Communications has exclusive scholarships for their students? One quick application lets you apply for a full pool of scholarships worth up to $5,000. And there's likely something that fits perfectly for you. Whether you have most of college paid for or no savings at all, there are tons of scholarships that you can be matched with based on your personal experiences or career interests. We'll walk through this video and process together, so let's get started.
And now we turn to Macy.
So to make sure that every student knew about this opportunity, we also created an email marketing template and a flyer to put up around the J School and send out so every student knew about it. And we knew we would have to leverage incentives with being informative, so we really tried to focus on what students really need, which is money. So we picked Fund Your Future just to have a snappy headline to get attention, and then we also talk about getting up to $5,000 in scholarships, and 30 minutes could save you thousands. So we are just really trying to get students to be motivated to scan that QR code and see that informative video.
I think I speak for my whole team when I say that working with the CoJMC has been an amazing experience for all of us. They let us take the reins completely from the beginning, and we could not be prouder of the final products. We're confident that next scholarship season there will be a lot fewer stressed out Huskers on campus. And now we'll hear from some of our teams working on our internal projects.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brendan, and I am a videographer for our Yacht internal team. Our focus this semester was showcasing who Yacht is to our external audiences in a way to support recruiting efforts and to boost our presence across our digital platforms.
Hi, I'm Kristen. I was one of the team's photographers. Like Brendan said, one of our main goals this semester was showcasing Yacht's authenticity throughout the entire semester, as well as the creativity that we've produced. One of our main projects was headshots and department photos, and we wanted to stray away from the headshot norms that you see. We wanted to play with color, lighting, and showcase the individuality of each team member.
We also produced several testimonial videos where our goal was to focus on authenticity. We didn't script anyone. None of the video we shot was staged, so that when anyone viewed our content, it felt true to our culture, and it also was able, we were able to showcase our culture so that future semesters of Yachters would know exactly what they were coming into. We used quality lighting and sound equipment so that once we got into post-production, we had to put in minimal amounts of effort.
And on the social side, our priority was consistency and strategy. We kept a very active and organized feed. We highlighted team members, celebrated client work, and reinforced Yacht as a creative leader. Each post was crafted to reflect not only what we do here at Yacht, but who we are.
Every photo, video, and social media post showcased exactly who Yacht was this semester, and we're extremely proud of the work that we were able to produce. Up next, you'll hear from our internal research team, who took a deeper dive into our client acquisition process.
Hello again, it's me, Lindsay Jividen, and I am also the account executive for the Yacht Internal Research Team. The Yacht Internal Research Team primarily focused on evaluating Yacht's client acquisition process to make sure we understood why and what clients want from us and also why they work with us. And so we wanted to be able to expand our horizons and kind of focus primarily on small businesses. The challenge that we faced was keeping the identity of student forward, our student forward identity as Yacht, while also being able to prioritize our client-friendly environment on and offline. Our solution to this was to create a regional commercial as well as revamp our website to cater better to clients.
We created a creative brief to centralize our ideas and clarify Yacht's brand identity. In doing this, we discovered that the awareness of Yacht beyond campus is pretty limited, and so we really wanted to showcase Yacht's work, and we wanted to make it more known as a trusted creative partner for local businesses, as well as expand our reach.
So with our main objective being finding the most effective way to showcase Yacht as a whole and the different array of services that we offer, we only found it appropriate to create different personas to kind of illustrate the different business categories that we'd eventually be targeting. So me, Sarah, the fitness studio owner, Emma, the boutique owner, and then David, the restaurant owner. So while keeping in mind all the different facets and aspects of these different personalities, we really wanted to hone in on especially the news vehicles and media channels that these individuals use, just so that our efforts and our reach really speak to who these people are.
And as we're connecting to people in these three types of categories, we also want to make sure that our website is reflecting who we are. And so I helped out with a website audit to really understand what our website looks like right now and how it can look like moving forward. And so moving forward in our new website next semester, you'll see it'll have three primary focuses. And these are our academic and university affiliation, really showcasing that we're under the University of Nebraska. And this helps us because people really like supporting students. And so when they are supporting Yacht, they're supporting students. We want them to know that. Secondly, we produce really high quality work, and we want people to see this on our website. And third, we want to have a local focus. We are a local business, and we want to support other local businesses here in Lincoln. So just making sure that we're attracting our local businesses through our website.
And here we have a storyboard focusing on previous small businesses that we've worked with and the audience personas that our team created. We wanted to focus on why these businesses chose to work with Yacht, and specifically why they chose to work with a student-run agency.
I want to thank my hardworking client team and welcome up next the next team, Human Resources and Culture.
Hi, everybody. My name is Bridget Gerards, and this year I served as the Director of Human Resources and Social Media. And today I'm joined by Emma Izzo and Lexi Lynch, who served as our HR specialists. So this semester, our team really focused on maintaining a supportive environment here at Yacht to create a culture where everyone feels welcome and that we can strengthen and maintain our relationships from the inside out. This semester, we had 3 main objectives. The first was to create and maintain an inclusive environment for everybody here. So we did a few tabling events across the street at the College of Journalism, and we did an open house. And we also supported the leadership team during the hiring process for next semester's crew. And our third and final objective, and what we also completed, was we wanted to be the go-to resource team for everybody to have overall well-being and good morale.
This semester, we're proud to say we successfully fostered a positive work environment. And that speaks volumes to the strength of our team and the respectful culture that we've built together. Even so, we remain proactive by checking in regularly, creating open channels of communication, and always being available to support when needed. We organized several bonding events that allowed team members to connect outside of client work, and we also worked with the comms team to highlight Yacht's internal culture on social media. And during final presentation preparation, we worked behind the scenes to ensure the event and the workplace remained positive, organized, and supportive until the very end.
Internally, internally, we mainly focused on strengthening bonds within our agency. So by that, we created opportunities for everyone to connect, have fun, and feel like a part of something bigger. We're really proud of what we worked on this semester and everything that we accomplished. A big thank you, and we're so grateful for the support of leadership and all of you in standing in the true meaning of Yacht as we push forward to success. And now, public relations. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Maddie Ames, and I'm the Director of Communications and PR for Yacht. And this is my amazing PR team right here. We have Evie Storjahan, Ryan Zeckman, and then Haley Christensen. And we worked internally and externally to make sure that we are showcasing the amazing things that Yacht is doing all of the time. We did this through having award submissions and press release deliverables, but we also did this externally by working with PRSA and Big Gumdrop Outdoors as our external client for the semester. But now I'm going to pass it over to Haley to talk a little bit more.
So some of our objectives for this semester was to showcase the work that Yacht has done. We do this through our strategic award submissions. We also really wanted to bring more awareness to Yacht, both within and outside of the agency. And beyond that, we wanted to support our external clients like Big Gumdrop Outdoors in achieving their PR goals.
This past semester, our team was challenged with going through past client work and identifying award-winning content. We wanted to position our work in the best light for recognition. For this, we wanted to develop a clear strategic approach to identify award-winning content, which included detailed storytelling and outcome-driven metrics to appeal to judges. We also continue to amplify Yacht's brand presence through internal and external efforts.
As mentioned before, we applied for some AMA Prism Awards, and the entries included Yacht Communications Media Placement and Campaign, Nurture Nebraska, UNMC Public Health PR Campaign, and the Healthcare Symposia event. This helped validate Yacht as a student agency and boosted our reputation among peers and potential clients.
I just want to give a big thank you to my amazing team for this past semester. I've been doing this for 2 semesters now, and it has been so great to see all the amazing things that we are doing on the PR side, but also all the amazing things that Yacht is doing as a whole. And now we're going to pass it off to business development. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Aubrey Herzberg, and I've had the opportunity to serve as the Director of Business Development for Yacht this past semester.
And my name is Claire Hagee, and I served as the Business Development Specialist. And together we make up the Business Development team.
This semester, we've had the opportunity to work with 12 clients, and as an agency, we've logged 1,281 billable hours. So let's go ahead and give a round of applause to all of our hardworking students. We were also able to bring in Natalie Becerra, who is a certified Clifton Strengths coach, and she is also the career advisor at the College of Journalism and Mass Communications, to lead a Clifton Strengths workshop for the agency.
Our top 5 Clifton strengths as an agency include empathy, positivity, developer, individualization, and communication. We pride ourselves on our ability to foster genuine relationships, not only with each other, but also our clients. And as you can see, Yacht is filled with many passionate creatives who are excited to bring their strengths to the advertising world.
Claire and I have had an amazing semester working on the business development team, and we're very excited to share that we have signed 11 clients for our next semester, with more to come. Now we'll be watching our culture reel.
Well, hi everyone, I'm Ariana Joy Cobbler. I am the Director of Multimedia here at Yacht this semester. I had the privilege of seeing everyone thrive this semester, and in these last 2 semesters of being in Yacht, I really think that these group of creatives have really blossomed overall. I want to be able to thank some people that came in for our development during our Yacht time. So one of the core values that we have at Yacht is just making sure that the students are prepared for after Yacht. A lot of our staff are seniors, and because of that, we're really focused on what we're going to be doing after college. So with that, our first guest that we actually had is Andy Seiler, and he works at QMotion as the manager director, and he came in and did a bunch of different workshops with us, specifically on the creative side. Our next person who came in actually was Christian Anderson, who you guys all know as one of the co-GMC professors. He is amazing. He's actually in the back. If you have a chance to talk to him, definitely don't do that. He was really helpful. And my entire creative team went and talked to him about different strategies and just implementing different things, even though he wasn't necessarily our professor. So that's been really cool. The next person that we had was Dawson Gordon, who is the collegiate, he works with Barstools as their he works at Barstools, doing their managing and their coordinating with a bunch of colleges across the United States. And we met with him over Zoom, and we were able to talk to him about what it's like in this field as someone who's around the same age as us. So that was really cool to be able to talk with him. The next person that came in is JJ Jurgens. If you are currently in the College of Journalism, you know her as one of the most accredited alumni at the College of Journalism, and she came and spoke to us. And during that conversation, she talked to us about what it's like being in this field, especially now that she is currently freelancing. So that was another part of the course that was really helpful. The next person that came in is Jay Wilkinson. He is actually the founder of FireSpring, which is really cool because that is something that came from Nebraska. And so seeing someone who's as successful come from a place like this really shows that we have that ability and we have those aspirations, same as he did. And so we spoke to him for about 35 to 45 minutes, and people have contacted him even after. We also spoke to Matt Maestrick, who also is one of the creatives over at Huddle. We had a huge group of people from Huddle that came, but we wanted to especially say thank you for him because he sat through an hour and a half of critique and feedback with all of our creative teams as well as our account executives. So huge thank you to him. The next person that came in is Catherine Schultz. She is another one of those people from the connections within Huddle. She currently is working at Crescent, which is another agency, and she also came and gave us feedback and critique about what it's like giving in-person speeches and just having that in-person contact for basically what we're doing right now, which is presentations. And then the last people that I would love to thank are Huddle in general. If you guys haven't been to Huddle, it's a really cool building. It's over in the Haymarket. We were very thankful to partner with them in a bunch of different ways. We actually went and toured their agency and their space. They are a little bit different than the way that is run here because they are so much more sports focused. But it's still really cool to be able to see the different types of things that people can do within our field as journalism and broadcasting and advertising and public relations majors. And then lastly, the very last person I really want to give a huge shout out to is Trevor Meyer. He is sitting in the very back, but we really want to say thank you. He is our PIR this semester, which stands for professional in residence, and that basically means that the person is coming to class just like us, supporting us just like our faculty members do, except they are currently working a full-time job on top of that. So that's really, it's really incredible to see someone come in, really are that shoulder to cry on when we're having these problems and we're trying to figure out these solutions to these things. So having someone like that come in and really show us how it's done and see such a professional person, and really just being on the same level one-on-one, giving those feedbacks. We've had hours and hours of time of just Trevor talking to everyone one-on-one, seeing how they can be able to aspire to basically do what he's doing currently at Huddle. So please give a round thank you to Trevor.
Awesome, guys. I've got a few more thank yous to go around. First off, I want to say thank you to our faculty members, Alan Eno and Gemelin Griffin. I also want to give a very congratulatory round of applause to Alan, who won the 2025 Co-JMC Excellence in Teaching Award. So round of applause for that. Well deserved. Next, I want to say thank you to our leadership team. These are the people who helped lead our different departments throughout the semester. I hope that we were helpful. I was a part of that team as well. So, warm round of applause for them. Next, I want to say thank you to our clients for this semester. You are the reason we get to do the work that we get to do, and the reason that we get this real-world experience before graduating from college. So thank you so much for collaborating with us. It has been such a pleasure. Next is a big reason that we're standing in the building that we're actually standing in, and that is our sponsors. These are agencies from around Lincoln and Omaha, Nebraska in general. They lend a warm, welcoming hand to us. They send in guest speakers. They've sponsored a couple of the rooms and walls around the area. They've just been such a big support. So thank you for your continued support of Yacht. Next, I want to say a big congrats to our seniors. This is a senior capstone, so I guess everybody is at the back, but wave if you're a senior and is graduating on Saturday. Next, because we are an agency that pushes to get people out in the field, I just want to show you guys just a board of all of the places that some of our yachters are working after college and this summer. Some really, really, really cool places up there. So congrats on getting a job, everybody. Next, I want to introduce our fall 2025 student leadership. These will be the people taking over these roles and leading those departments. Again, we have 11 clients on for next semester and in counting as well. So if you want to stand up or wave if you are a part of that leadership team. I just want to say I'm very, very, very excited to see the work that these yachters create with a brand new group of people. So I'm super, super excited for you guys. Congratulations. That will wrap up everything. Thank you guys so much for coming. Don't forget there is food and all of those boards if you guys want to take a closer look at all of the work that you saw here tonight. Feel free to intermingle with the yachters. They will be happy to talk about their work. Thank you guys so much for navigating the agency with Yacht.